I was a little frustrated earlier. A little bit, just a tiny bit, just a little bit. I was a little frustrated earlier because my microphone wasn't working for my computer. It's still not working. It still doesn't work. But who gives a fuck? So, what are we talking about today? I had to straighten up my room. Straightening up my room makes me feel better. You know, it was pretty messy, as you saw in other videos. It was pretty messy in here, so I had to straighten up, and it makes me feel better. For real. But what was I going to say? Oh, today's topic. I don't actually have an accent, but I really enjoy doing that accent. Not gonna lie, I might have to start doing that more often. But today's topic: getting high off your own supply. As a creator, as an artist, as whoever the fuck you are, just as a person being, you should get high off your own supply. Look, nigga, I don't make the rules. I just explain what's going on. I just explain how I feel about shit. I just explain my thoughts about shit. And so, I feel like you should get high off your own supply. And this is in the form of creativity. I mean, technically, you should get high off your own supply of whatever gets you high. You feel me? It's like, if whatever in life gets you high, whatever in life gets you to a state of feeling like you're above everything else, like you can feel like you can take on the world. It's like, nigga, get high off of that. Get high. Don't do the drugs. I mean, sometimes it's drugs, but I'm not judging. I don't think God judges. I don't think God give a fuck like that, as long as you're not hurting people or doing dumb shit. You feel me? But hey, bruh, get high off your own supply. And you might be thinking, oh, this nigga's nuts. I can already tell he's high off of his own supply. He started off the video doing an accent. I am, bruh. I am high off my own supply. No, it's not drugs, which I am. I'm asking the Most High, please bring me more marijuana. But before you bring me more marijuana, please give me a stable financial situation before we even get that underway, because I don't want to deal with that shit no more. Now that I said that, but it was okay. Oh, my own supply. It's like, it's my art. It's my music. It's the things I create. I get high off of that shit. Why? Because I enjoy creating, and I enjoy the things that I create. You feel me? It's because it's like, I make a lot of dope shit that I don't ever plan on making. It's like, I don't ever fully intend to make whatever I made. Like, this door. I didn't know I was going to make this. I didn't know this was going to come out. I'm not going to lie. When I first started the painting, it looked really creepy, and I didn't like it. I was kind of getting a little eerie. I was like, oh, nah, somebody's doing magic on me. Because I had a weird nightmare about that shit. It's like, I had a weird dream about some people doing magic on me, and I was like, this shit kind of looked like that. Like, the beginning of it just started off with the red. Like, if you could just see the red and the black, like, nigga, it started off like that. And so I was like, oh, nah. Like, what's that? But, you see that? That's dope as fuck. You see this? This is dope as fuck. Nigga, I didn't even plan on making that. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what it was going to be. And the fact that I didn't know what it was going to do or what it was going to be, bruh, I have an endless supply of unawareness that I don't know. It's like, I don't know what this is. Like, I don't understand what this art is. I still don't understand what it is. And so guess what? I get to dissect it myself. I get high off my own supply. It's like, what? It's like, it's me sitting there staring at other people's mediums of art and staring at their art. It's like, I appreciate other people's art. I appreciate it. And I like looking at other people's art. I really do. But not as much as I like looking at my own art. You feel me? It's like, I look at other people's art so I know better things to do with my art. It's like, it's like, bro, I'm getting high off my supply. It's like, bro, if I found out this nigga got a different form of crack, and he used the crack recipe a little different, nigga, I'm gonna use that crack recipe on my recipe, on my already existing recipe. It's like, this makes that crack hit a little harder. I'm like, nigga, shit. What if I add that to my crack? My crack is my art. My crack is my creations. You feel me? And so I'm like, shit. What can I grab from other people to add to my shit? And usually, honestly, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I never know what to grab. It's like, it's little things that inspire me, and it comes out completely different. It's like, bruh, because I'm never attached to what the outcome is, because I never know what the outcome is going to be. Like, I think that's what comes with, I think that's part of how you develop your style for things. It's like, how do you know how to dress so well? Well, I just started putting on clothes, and then at some point, the clothes I start putting on, they just really look good on me. It's like, I just got really good at doing it. It's like, I just practice. Like, same thing with my paintings and shit. I'm like, look, we got more paintings over here. Like, these guys, like, what? Like, none of those, even when I drew them, because this one I sketched that shit out, I sketched this one out, and I sketched this one out. None of them came out the way I was expecting, okay? None of them came out the way I was expecting. I didn't know they had that much life and vigor in them. And it makes me happy to know that the unexpected usually has something grand for me. It's like, it usually has something grand for me. It's like, whenever I do shit that I don't have an attachment to what it looks like, to what it actually looks like, it always comes out way more sick than I expect. But, like, in an amazing way. It's like, bro, like, with this, at first it started off creepy, but the way it looks, I'm like, bro, this is so magnificent. I stare at this shit every night, nigga. I go to sleep and I'm cuddled up in my bed staring at this because it's beautiful, bro. I'm like, whoa, how did you make that? How did you even get that? Where did you get that idea from? And I'm like, nigga, I don't know. It just felt really good doing it. It just felt really good doing it. And then even when I'm making music, I'm like, shit, nigga. Sometimes I listen back to the songs, I'm like, I don't like that. But then I'm like, shit, how did it feel making it? It felt really good making it. It felt really fun. Sometimes it's a tedious process, but at the end of the day, it's fun, bro. It's like, why? Because it's fun. So this is why you get high off your own supply. Because it's fun. It's like, why do you get high? Because it's fun. Because it's fun. Like, can we openly admit that shit? Can we just openly admit that shit now? Can we get over this other shit about people being talking about you're holding yourself back if you smoking cigarettes? You holding yourself back if you doing this, if you doing it? Bro, who gives a fuck? 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 Stop putting what you feel on other people. Who gives a fuck? These niggas, who gives a fuck? Realistically, who gives a fuck? It's like, people are just trying to live their life, bro. If you're not bringing out solutions on how to make people have more fun with the shit they're doing, ain't nobody want to hear that shit. Ain't nobody want to hear that shit. Really, like, for real. It's like, that's real as fuck. It's like, nobody want to hear that shit. If it's not entertaining to somebody, they don't want to hear that shit. So it's like, bruh, if you know somebody getting high off their shit, they got their art crack. Niggas steal from their crack, put it in your crack. Then they gonna start looking at your crack, and then they gonna be like, damn, nigga, why that shit get me high like my crack, but a different way? Because it's your crack that you feel me? You grabbed other crack. You grab other types of crack, and you put them all together. I don't know why I'm using crack in this instance. Probably because I'm thinking about the Chappelle Show. But you get all that shit together, and then you make a super crack ball. You make a super crack out of different varieties of crack, okay? And then you get shit like this. This is super crack. This is super crack. That's super crack. That's getting high off your supply. You feel me? It's like, now when I wake up, guess what? I feel this. I feel that painting. Every day I wake up, I see that shit. And it's like, y'all don't understand how beautiful these affirmations are. Though I may not fully get the message immediately, it's like every day I stare at these paintings, a new image arises. You feel me? Because again, what is this? I don't exactly know what this is. I couldn't tell you what this is. But every day I notice a different thing about it, and it tells me something different about myself. Same thing with this. And if you understand that art is a reflection, using abstract art is just me putting feelings out on a piece of paper to be reflected to me and give me messages. It's just information. Feelings are information. You feel me? Because we're all just vibrating. We're all just vibrating. So what does that vibration feel like? And that vibration, understanding what that feeling feels like, is information. When you start sitting there and be like, what does this feel like? Then you start pinpointing and shit, and then you start understanding and shit, and then you start getting advanced and shit. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But get high off your own supply, bruh. Like, you should be your favorite artist. At least that's how I feel, personally. I feel like that's how I feel. That's genuinely how I feel. When it comes to other people's paintings, I'm like, what paintings would I rather stare at? Somebody else's or mine? Mine. I'm like, literally, I just look at other people's shit so I can get better at making mine. Like, I like making shit. And it's like, I like making cool shit. And so, I just stare at other cool shit to get better at making cool shit. Because, again, I want to get high off of my own supply. And to get high off my own supply, I gotta have a good supply. You feel me? I gotta have good crack. I gotta have good crack. But to get good crack, sometimes you gotta make bad crack. Sometimes in the process, you make bad crack. Sometimes in the process, you make bad crack. But now you got the good crack. Like once you start studying the bad crack and why you got the bad crack and how to get the crack better after you stare at other people's crack and how they make the crack, then you start making your own crack and your crack start getting better, and then you start hitting that shit. You feel me? Then you start going to crack conventions. You start going to crack conventions. You start going to museums of crack. You're watching documentaries on crack. You feel me? You're listening to crack music. You put crack everywhere. You put that shit everywhere. You put that shit on everything. Put it everywhere. Surround yourself with the crack. If you surround yourself with the crack, then you become the crack. Then, when you become the crack, you endlessly produce crack. It's endless. It's endless producing of crack. I'm telling you right now. Look, my nigga, because I was re-listening to a song I made for another video for Raw Music Lab, episode 1. I was listening to Swamp ? Swamp something. That's what it's called. I was listening to that song again, and I was like, this is crack. This is a different type of crack, but this is crack. I'm like, this is crack. This is a different type of crack, but this is crack. This is crack people with smoke on. It's not my favorite type of crack. I tell you, it's not my favorite type of crack, but it's crack. And I was like, damn, what the fuck? And high key, all of today, like recently, I've been pushing out music. Why? Because I want to get high off my own supply. I done made a bunch of bangers, got tired of listening to that shit. I got tired of that recipe of crack. I got tired of that crack recipe. I'm a fiend. I need that new shit. Where's the new crack? And you know where the new crack was? It was in my music. I had to make new music. I had to make new art. And so to make new art, bruh, I got to get to recording. And that's when I started thinking about it, bruh. Because I started thinking about like how some people be like, we spent this much time on this type of thing. We spent this much time on doing this type of art. This, and this. Realistically, I don't even think time is a good measure for how skilled or how much passion you put into something. Just because you put a lot of time into something does not mean you put a lot of passion into something. You feel me? And it's like, you know how them Buddhist monks be sitting there meditating and then they be setting themselves on fire, and it's like they feel the pain super intensely immediately and then it just disappears. You feel me? It's like, damn, where was I going with that? And then it just disappears. I mean, that's where I was going with that. It's like with art. It's like with creation. It's like, bruh, in the moment, it's like, it's super intense. You feel me? When you get the inspiration to create something, it's super intense. And then it sizzles out. You feel me? And so I feel like the most amount of passion you can put into a project is immediately. If you feel like you gotta force the passion, and this is not even just training, because training is forcing. Understand that you gotta train, so you gotta get better. But it's like the training should be fun. It should be fun. It should be tedious, but it should be fun. You know, once you start understanding, and you might hit a roadblock. You might be sitting there like, fuck, man, this training ain't working. You just gotta keep training. You feel me? But if you work on a project for too long, bruh, the universe saps the energy out of it. Why? Because it becomes stale, bro. It's like if I leave a bag of chips out open all day, and I'm like, nigga, I'm gonna finish those chips later. Nigga, if I leave that bag of chips open, I'm gonna come back to some stale ass chips. Yeah, they make kind of taste the same, but nigga, they're stale. It don't hit the same. You like that rhyme? That shit was hard. But literally, that shit won't hit the same. It won't taste the same. It won't taste as good. It'll feel like a waste. And so that's what y'all doing with y'all art. It's like, bruh, bang it. Just keep making it come out. Just make it shit like shit. Shit art. Shit creation. Shit, you don't gotta shit art or creation. Actually, you can just be you. It's like, just you are a person who creates. And you can be like, well, I don't create nothing. Motherfucker, you create memories. You create memories every day, don't you? So you're a person who creates. You create your reality every day, don't you? Then you're a person who creates. Guess what? I don't give a fuck. I don't make the rules. You're a creator. I'm just saying it. I'm just telling you what it is. And so if you get in the habit of creating, you'll become a lot more authentic in who you are. Just not even more authentic about who you are. Bruh, not even just that. Now I'm kind of, alright, let me finish this thought, and then we'll. All right, actually, let me not finish this thought. I'm gonna cut that thought, and we're just gonna ramble into something else. All right. So I mastered. I almost lost that. That idea was about to walk out my brain, but I've not fully mastered, but I've maximized my ability to have multiple interests. Actually, I will make another video. Actually, we'll end the video there. I'm about to make another video, so it's gonna be out already. So I'm gonna post both of these videos at the same time. You feel me? So it's like you just go back to the next one. All right. So we going to the next one now.